Hello guys, welcome to another one of my Lost Relics videos, lostrelics.io, for those of you that didn't know. So what's this video gonna be about? Well, we're gonna be saying hello to new types of adventures moving forward, longer dungeons, more tricky dungeons, more tough dungeons, and why exactly is that? Well, that's pretty much what I wanted to, well, talk about and at the same time play and showcase in this video, because this is the second hardest dungeon in the game, so to say. Olkith Caverns. It is a transcendent tier dungeon, and I have pretty decent gear. And one of the things the developer wrote that moving forward, you're not supposed to just be able to waltz through the top tier dungeons having the best gear without using potions and all the goodies that I have. That you know, I as an alchemist, you know, the stuff that I want to sell you guys. Yeah. So anyway, this is Mount Olkith, and what I wanted to do is pay my respects to my favorite dungeon, and we're probably gonna be doing Mount Olkith as well. This is Caverns, because these are the two hardest dungeons in the game, and I'm playing them one-hand casual style only. And this is just to show you guys exactly what is meant by you're not supposed to do this casually easy. Now, the single most important thing you can do when you're playing dungeons in Lost Relics is to use shift. If you use shift, you stand in place. It allows you to target things that are like further away than aggroing, all that kind of stuff, and you can't do that when you when you're one-handing. At least I don't have that option. So just one-handing this dungeon to show you guys how easy it actually is to complete this top tier dungeon with the gear that I have. So what gear do I have? Let's get that stuff in place. This is pretty much legendary tier gear. So I have a legendary bow, I have a legendary one-hand melee weapon, then I have some legendary relics. I have my Harvester of Sorrow, probably like arguably one of the best relics in the game, and it is legendary tier. It gives me mana and it gives me health when I use it 5 times per dungeon. Then I have my Guradium Pumpkin. It gives me a lot of energy each time I do it. I have my Photonic Incubator from the recent Easter event that gives me a ton of health. When I use it, I pop down an egg. When I step on the egg, I heal up. So those are the first 3 relics. Then I have my Ruby Evanbrook egg and a Golden Evanbrook egg. Both of these heal me 5 and 10 hit points per second respectively. So what this means is that I have not infinite health, but I have thousands of additional health. Like so much health, it is crazy. Now I'm not going to not use them. That is not what I wanted to do in this video. I just wanted to show you guys what it actually means to just like casually walk through these dungeons without even using the shift key, without being able to properly target things, because like you can see here, we have some kind of an arcway where I can't really target through. If I had been holding down shift there, I would have just shot it anyway. So pretty much one-hand styling these top tier dungeons just to like pay my respects. I haven't been doing a lot of dungeons the last month and a half, because I've been really going crazy on alchemy, and I may be regretting that, really. I think alchemy and the other crafts are gonna be harder as we move into the patch that is gonna be coming somewhere around the 14th this month, but I also have this feeling that we're gonna be getting new leveling rewards, and I should probably have had a little bit more focus on reaching level 120, because I think it's gonna give us something cool, fun, and amazing. So there we have the Photonic Incubator egg. So targeting with a bow with one hand only can be a little bit tricky, because you can really get caught up in problems. But as you can see, nothing here is. Ooh, we got a fragmented Ogham Claw. Nice. So I got a legendary drop. Probably, I think actually this, once again, problems targeting, because the hallway is in the way, the wall is in the way, and like those are some of the frustrations you can come across when you are playing with one hand only, because shift will cover you if you are just like normally playing, or you could pull out your melee weapon, but playing just one hand and going like clicking the melee weapon and stuff like that, it's a hassle. It's a hassle. We don't want to do that. So anyway, like I was saying at some point anyway, this is mainly legendary tier gear. Good legendary tier gear, abso-freaking-lutely, but I only have legendary weapons, and above legendary tier we have the mythic tier, and above the mythic tier we have the transcendent tier. So this is like nowhere close to dealing the best amount of damage I can for this dungeon. It allows for transcendent tier, so you can bring in like the best gear in the world to this dungeon. And I mean, yeah, it goes without saying that this could be made a little bit more challenging, because if you can do this with legendary weapons and mainly legendary relics, I do expect to have a few usages on my relics when we are done. We have completed a great deal of this dungeon already, and I've used like one charge on my gradient pumpkin, that is for my energy. I have used one charge on my photonic incubator, and that is pretty much it so far. Then of course I have gained a great deal of health from my golden and mythic ruby, Evanbrook egg. So I have definitely been getting healing, I have been getting mana, but none of this really I feel is to an amount that you couldn't do if you brought in a little bit of food or like a few healing potions. So nothing here is like the relics are carrying me. Like I'm casually strolling through everything, not really like doing things the best way, the smartest way. We get some fire, no problem, and we're still just walking through this dungeon. The main like issue for me doing the dungeon this way with one hand and without paying like a super lot of attention is that it takes like 1-2 minutes longer than if I had just done it like optimally and hitting M to check the map, like stuff like that. But we are moving towards a new era in Lost Relics, lostrelics.io, I believe so anyway, where we are going to have a game that is more challenging. We're gonna have longer dungeons, but where you possibly need to be a little bit more aware of what is going on, because we are gonna be getting lock-in rooms, special rooms where when you go in there you need to like face the monsters that spawn in there before you can come out. We're getting mini bosses, basic versions right now, so it's gonna get even tougher, even more challenging than the content that we are getting in the patch, the update that we are getting. Like I'm expecting it to be within a week, could be 2, could be 3, but I'm positive that it's gonna be landing fairly soon based on what we have been able to hear from Cliff, the game developer, so far. So here we have the wardens, boom, 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 away with ya, smack. Now, imagine doing this with weapons that deal twice as much damage, meaning that you need to spend less energy to do this because you need to hit things less times with your right click, with your left click. Perhaps you don't even need to use your power attack because the weapons deal so much damage. That's what I'm expecting the Transcendent tier gear to work like. I don't have that. We also have like super popular relics such as Scorn that deal damage to the opponents around you and heal you, and a like higher tier version of that. So there are better relics than what I have, even though the setup that I have is pretty close to freaking awesome. Now this is actually one of the things I use my gradient pumpkins for the most. It is to get energy when bashing rocks, because it's just faster, and I'm too lazy to bring in bombs. It's not just that I'm too lazy, it's also just that I don't want to fill up my inventory with bombs. I don't want to spend gold on them. So instead of bringing in bombs, I have my gradient pumpkin, or even my Harvest of Sorrows, to just give me the energy I need to take down things like that. I also often use them for when I need to cross lava to get chests on the other side. So anyway guys, boom, that was Olkith Caverns, the second highest dungeon in the entire game. 9 minutes 38 seconds one hand style, and I could have done this easily without my relics. This was mainly just due to me having a legendary bow, having a decent like melee weapon as well. And I'm just gonna put my Rod of Fortune into here so that we can go into Mount Olkith. So let me just cut, guys. Alright guys, so we're heading into Mount Olkith. Haha, the toughest dungeon in the entire game. And this is gonna be more challenging. This is actually a dungeon where I just randomly die sometimes because I'm not paying attention. This is the toughest dungeon in the game. We have some pretty crazy ranged monsters, and then we have a tank. The Nether Demon here is crazy. It is already crazy, and it is one of the monsters that the game developer has stated is gonna be a lot tougher. It's not going to be as squishy as it is now, but it can stun you, it can push you back, it can make you slow, it can give you like fire damage over time, so it is a force to be reckoned with already. Then we have the Sarahella, the winged thing that we saw before that fires these homing projectiles after you. It can be baited, it can be like played around. It's gonna be a little bit more challenging when doing this one hand, but we're gonna go for it. First, let's see if we can get these big baddies out of the way. Away with the Nether Demon, let's pay our respects to Mount Olkith. Probably the last time I'm gonna be playing this dungeon before we get the patch, because I don't really like playing here. I mean, we have some mining resources in here that are unique to this dungeon, but aside from that, I mean, we have more chests, but nobody ever gets loot from chests any longer anyway. Hopefully that's gonna change as well. So there we have the Sarahella, and you can actually corner that one. You can shoot it, move away, and then that homing, like flying light poo thing will try to follow you. It will bounce into a wall or into the doorway, stuff like that. You can bait them a little bit that way, but that is what it is. The key for me to playing Mount as casually as possible is to remember not to use your power attack on the creep, because the main thing I always run out of in Mount, even with my Gradient Pumpkin, is actually energy, because we have so many opponents, and that is of course like the positive side of this here is that you have so many opponents, meaning that you have so many chances to roll loot, and I guess that's really why people play it. You get like 10,000 experience points for completing Mount, 6,000 for Olkith caverns, I think it is. So this is the dungeon currently that gives you the most experience per run, and if you are playing it effectively and with good gear, you can do it in like 10 minutes probably. I bet some of like the really cool kids are doing it even faster. So I'm just gonna not run directly into flames now, because doing this one hand style is, I actually never done this before. I mean, I've done the dungeon, but I've never tried to one hand Mount Olkith without bringing in a teleport scroll or potions or eels. Wow, I lost my spinning pen of any kind. That was, oh well, it happens. I can't really, I need to focus, so I can't pick it up. Good thing I had another one right next to me, so I'm sorry about the noise. Oh yes, so we're getting shot by an elite. Oh yeah. So anyway guys, toughest dungeon in the game. We are still like very early into it, and I'm already starting to use my relics to get some mojo, to get some health, because we are taking a lot more damage in here than we were in caverns, and things can get really tricky in here. If you have things such as the elites, the Sarahillas behind Nether Demons, then you can take beep loads of damage, and I think even like most importantly is that you can actually get pushed into lava and you can die. So there we have one of them. Goody 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 goody. Double ranged on me. That's just not okay. It's just not okay. But anyway guys, loads of stuff has been announced about the upcoming update to the game, the patch, the huge change where we're gonna be getting 30 new monsters, mini bosses, and who knows what. What do you guys think about it? Are you excited to start playing the new content? Are you perhaps just excited to be able to register for the game, because game registration has been closed, and it should, if I have understood things correctly, get opened again so that more players can join in. Wow, I took a lot of damage there. Perhaps I should talk less and play. Okay, we're getting, yeah, no, Okay, if I die now because I get pushed into lava because I'm one-handing this, then it is my own fault. Thank you, Santa Slave, for the stun. Wow, that was stupid. So this is like the only mob that we have in this level that can push me back into lava where I can die. I decide to engage 2 of them in a lava pit instead of just pulling them somewhere else. That's just stupid. That's just... Wow, great playing, Luca Hansen. You are the king of the Kung Fu fighters, but it is what it is. So, oh really, we have gotten this wing done, and that is not... Like, if I had gone down there, it would have been toast because I had so little health, which is just like noob playing, but it is what it is. If you are like really nitty gritty, you can count these different opponents so that you know how many Sarahillas are left, how many Nether Demons are left. I don't do that stuff. I normally just play it, and I've only really gone in here for Bleeding Zircons, I think it is, and then a single time for a Spectral Soul Shard or something like that. These are things that you can get from mining in here, and the Spectral Soul Shard, I think you actually need the legendary Mystical Stonebreaker. Okay, I'm getting damaged again. The tool, the pickaxe. Wow, that was a good one. So I don't have that now. As you can see, I'm using a Brunite pickaxe, and why is that? It is because I sold my Mystical Stonebreaker, my legendary mining pick, last week to a friend, another high tier player that wanted one, and I was like, nah, okay, and I really didn't want to sell it, but at the same time, I kind of felt that I probably wouldn't be doing as much mining as I wanted to. I had this goal going for level 80 in mining, but at the same time, we have very, very few good rewards for mining with the Mystical Stonebreaker, so I was like, alright. Even though the price was good, it was a good trade, the values of these legendary tools right now are just way too low for my liking. I mean, they are expensive, I get it, but once you've spent a week trying to farm a gold oak, I'm sure you will feel that the current prices are pretty low as well, especially given the fact that they are completely out of supply. So yeah, I don't really like spending these resources right now, these golden oaks and Athenium ingots, because I don't know what the future brings. I want backups because I'm probably gonna be dying a lot in the future, and I want to be able to make my own tools if I need them. But anyway, yeah, I sold my pickaxe, so I can't really get a lot of the interesting loot in here, and yeah, because of that, I'm just gonna be playing with a Brunite pickaxe for now, unless we get like really cool. Whoa, big guy. Okay, we better heal up. Wow, sometimes the things don't really react as fast as I want them to. I should have these things on hotkeys on my mouse, really. I should, but I haven't. I only really have my okay, we have 2 of these. I only have my screen rotation. Come on, stun that. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so we have a fire pit up here, a lava pit, and we have a chest. And I want to do full completion, guys, I really do. But I am going to be spending 1 to 2 eggs from my photonic incubator to run across the lava and back again. And if I do that now, I may be in trouble. So I want to save this for... I know this is going to be like adding half a minute or more to the game, but I want to make sure that we can actually take out all of the remaining monsters before going there and like wasting my relic. I have no idea what we have left because I'm such a noob, I don't count the monsters, and we do have 3 wardens. So just because I'm doing this without being able to use shift or anything fancy like that, we're gonna go back to that chest once I have a better idea about what we have left in the dungeon. Oh yes, I am. So let's just clear out and try not to stroll too far away from that. Ha! Come here, Nether Demon. I really hope that we're gonna be getting more monster-specific loot in the future. If the game developer is making a lot of these monsters tougher, I hope they're also gonna be getting unique drops. Like we have the Slither skin. Would be nice to have like Nether Demon scales and stuff like that to make like armor, or you could like, I don't know, turn it into powder and make potions out of it, stuff like that. But time will tell. Super early access still, so everything cannot be made right now, but I hope we're gonna be getting more of this monster specific loot, because we do have slither skin in the game right now, an uncommon virtual item drop from the snake-like creatures called slithers, and we can't use them for anything, but we have them, so we can collect them. We can feel really cool about getting them and compare, like, hey, look at me, I have 1100, how many do you have? Ooh, who's the boss? And it would be nice to be able to do that with more drops like that. I feel so anyway, just for variety and dreaming and theory crafting. Look at like that's how you can counterplay these. Just move to the side where you have a corner, then you won't get hit by the glowing homing ball of poo-ness. So that is a thing. All right, we don't want to see another demon here. I kind of got my I got my action. Now we have this as well. So now I need to spend my energy doing this. Yeah, I again, bring bombs if you wanna. I'm just doing it like this because I don't want to say no to a chest. I mean, wherever I can play with my legendary tier weapons, I do it. Wherever I need to play with lower tier, like if I'm in pits, for instance, or like arcane pits or forgotten chambers, I would never bash a rock because it takes longer to get that rock down than to complete an entire new run. So that's just boohoo. But here it's definitely go. I haven't tried these rocks with higher tier weapons because I only have the virtual ones that we get for daily logging in, and I don't really like playing with it, and I don't want to be bringing it just to break a rock. So hopefully at some point in the future the game is going to reward me with a transcendent red menace weapon. Alright, so here we go. Now I feel comfy about going over here. I think that we have won the game, so we can cross the fiery... Oh yeah, so we need to when we've got a mine here as well. But that is what it is. It is what it is. Like, for iron ore. Yeah, for Zyre. Anyway, well, we got it. So let's just get the damage done so we can heal completely up and then get to be done with Mount Olkith, the hardest dungeon in the world, in the entire world. And as you can see, doing it like this, casually noobing, playing it with one hand, I have used all of the charges on my relics. Nothing left on the Photonic Incubator, one left on the Harvester of Sorrows, and one left on the Gradient Pumpkin. So this is far more challenging than what we have in Caverns. Of course, I had to spend like some eggs in order. Oh, we have them right here. Ha! Easy. I had to spend some charges just to get chests to bash down stones and to cross lava. So that is a decent amount of the relic power that I have. But this was nonetheless completing the two toughest dungeons in Lost Relics pre-update version 0.00177 with one hand casual style. We did have a few close calls where I didn't like play super well, but goodbye Mount Olkith, goodbye Olkith Caverns. I am looking forward to the new updated dungeons where you can't be playing like this. Put it down there in the comments, guys. What do you think? What do you know? As always, thank you very much for watching. I absolutely love you guys.